but they ain't do better. We still talk through letters. I know steppers. If I send the dressers, they gon' come in strangers.
What it is, it's your boy Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuell reporting live with the facts, opinions, and BS straight from the top of the key.
Hey, top of the key, baby.
Let's go. Let's go.
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
How you doing? How you doing?
Hey, I'm just ready to get this season started. Y'all see how your boy coming.
Nah, the trash jersey.
We coming here to see. Hey, back to back, baby.
Hey, let's get on here and get into this first topic. I'm gonna start with Quill on this one. What is the best trade of the offseason and why?
Oh, best off-season trade. If you ask me, one of the most solid trades that took a team that was already good and made them better was Malcolm Brogdon going to Boston. Boston desperately needed a point guard during a lot of runs in games against the Warriors, and you've seen they were able to kind of get through the East, not easy, but relatively just on defense. But once they got to the Warriors, when two defensive juggernauts, you need somebody that's going to generate some offense, and they weren't able to generate that with Marcus Smart. Having Malcolm, that could be big for them.
You got any rebuttals to that, Bill?
I say that was a key trade, but I want to bring some light to the Timberwolves getting old big boy Rudy Gobert, because that takes that pressure off Cat. Because I think he that one piece that they needed to get past that team. You know, they had their pre-celebration in the preseason. You thought they won it all like Space Jam, some shit. Nah, look, I think he that piece that gives them that relative celebration at the right time. But also, if you see him in his workouts, they starting to expand his game to help him kind of develop into the modern day big. So to equip him with a little bit of shooting, but I think that's going to be key. I think that was a big acquisition. What you got?
Me personally, John Wall to the Clippers. I feel like people play better when they own better teams and when they surrounded by better players. I feel like you bring out the best in them. So seeing that three-man punch with him, Kawhi, and Paul, I want to see what he do, because now he's surrounded by real talent, proven talent. Let's put it like that. I ain't gonna say real talent because he had good players with him before, but he with some proven talent and a champion and Kawhi. So I mean, John Wall, one of our favorite players growing up. So we want to see what he could do. It's been too long.
Hey,
so
I remember in college when we used to be balling, it was two dudes we stopped balling to watch. It was John Wall and it was Derrick Rose. Then with the two dudes you would stop to watch ball. But what I'm gonna say is I like his humble mentality going into there, because you get some people who were cornerstone players and they go on to new teams with that same mentality that I'm at. So he's going in with that mentality. We got PG, we got the Claw. I mean, hell, you even got like Reggie Jackson, Mr. June. You know, I mean, he kind of took last year off, you know, but
I wouldn't even say that.
Compared to how his run was in the playoffs, when he acquired that name, Mr. June, if you compare that season to that, last year you was like, hey, what cuz doing? So that's why I'm gonna go with that. I think it's cool. But I think he might be a little old.
That's probably because he was given a bigger role than he was ready for. But that's a whole different topic. You know, we're gonna slide into something else a little different.
But hold on. Before we get into something else, sir, what I like to say is it's been a lot of talk about this Cavaliers trade. Donovan Mitchell, please give me your take. I want the open floor. Give me your take on what you think of this Cavaliers trade, because some people think it's dynamite.
I think it is.
I know Quail sold on it.
I think it is, because you watch they defensive presence last year with Jared Allen and Mobley in that paint. It's going to be hard to score down there. And then you watch the emergence of Darius Garland. because a lot of the year, Laurie Markman was in and out. Sexton was out most of the year. Even when Allen got hurt, like you had a bunch of their good pieces not there, and you saw them still be able to carry a certain level of winning close games, winning meaningful games, winning against good teams. In a conference where they got to see the Bucks 4 times, they got to see everybody in the East 4 times. They only see the West twice a year, so they were holding their own against some of the Heat, the Magic, the Miami Heat, the fucking Bucks, the Nets. They were holding their own against good teams, and then you add in a person that you watch kind of be it for his team for like 2 or 3 years, even with Clarkson there. But you watch him be over there feeling like, damn, I ain't got no help. Damn, I ain't got no help. Damn, I ain't got no help. You put him with Garland, Mobley, Allen. He just get the go basic. It's like not saying he ain't know, but taking a player that's struggling and adding him to a team.
So before I ask you this question, Teddy, are you kind of on the same side as him?
Me speaking from a fan standpoint and not as analytical as my brother here, Mitchell ain't proving himself. He one of them players.
I think he has.
I don't put him up there with the Stephs and the Lucas, So I'm not saying that he's not good.
Yeah,
he is good. He's very good.
Yeah,
very good. But I wouldn't put him as great. So I don't see, because he's gonna be coming into a leadership role.
That's
like
true.
He the new leader of that team, and he ain't proven that he can lead. Or I ain't gonna say not lead, but he couldn't get Utah over the hump.
Yeah. So at a certain point in time, D Book and Donovan Mitchell were right here, right? Like they were being compared and where their teams were and getting over that hump. Do you feel like D Book kind of did like this?
Most definitely.
I don't. I think Chris Paul helped the Suns do that.
Well, but regardless, that success is
because if you look at D Book's numbers from the year before Chris Paul got there and the year when Chris Paul got there, his numbers didn't change.
Okay. So let me, I don't want to go.
His scoring didn't change. He was able to score a lot easier.
So I don't want to go too far down that route, right? So I'm going to bring it back. So me personally, I feel like, I think the story, like the narrative changes for the Cavs as far as if you look at the Cavs organization, you feel like their story changes, right? But I feel like it's the same story with Donovan Mitchell, because if you think about it, who bullied this man in the playoffs, bro?
Jalen
Brunson. With Luka or no Luka?
No Luka for 2 games, wasn't it?
Who else did he bully? He was out there bullying who? Michael Conley, right?
Oh, yeah,
so you had two guards, small guards. Let's think about who in the East now. That damn pit bull, that damn bully. So you think that 2-guard lineup, if they gotta see the Knicks, you think Jalen Brunson not gonna bully them? I think he's
not gonna bully Garland. Garland ain't Mike Conley. Like I get bullying 5'11" Mike Conley, but Garland ain't that. This ain't Garland ain't no. He might be 6'3".
But ain't Mitchell better? 6'3". Ain't Mitchell better though?
But Mitchell is a better, like if you put
overall.
No, I'm not taking Mitchell. I'm not taking Mitchell over Booker. I mean Garland. I watched Garland actually play make, and this is coming up on his 3rd year, right? We've seen 4 or 5 years of Mitchell. So now I will say, if I take Booker in that game 7 against Luka, and I put Donovan Mitchell there, Donovan probably would have tried to score 50. He would have been. Donovan has that motor to try to go get it. In that same role with Chris Paul on the Suns, Donovan, we seen him go get 50 when he got another person like Luka. We seen him even against Luka. Donovan was going to go get it. He may not have had no help, but Booker kind of set back in those playoffs games, and he wasn't like as good as Booker. We know Booker to be. He ain't have that Donovan Mitchell in him. And when it came to those games,
he better score though. At the end of the day, they both.
I don't think Donovan Mitchell had it in him either. So
Booker also should be better. He's 6'6".
That's true.
I'm saying
So,
he a better scorer. He's a
He
But-
should be having it easier. He's 6'6". It
but
should be
what
easier.
what two small guard lineup have you seen get over that hump? Because if you think, I think one of the dopest small guard lineups of our time, like current day, CJ McCollum and D. Lil.
Yeah, that'll be number
It's different when your two small guards are your best two players. If you ask me, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley are probably going to, or way better. Not saying nothing against Jack Collins and Nurkic, not saying nothing against all of them, but Jared Allen and Mobley being the other two players on that team. You might have CJ McCollum and Lillard, but those are it. That's your team right there. I don't feel like Garland and Mitchell are the team.
Okay. I turn it back over to you, boss man. I wanted to talk about that one.
That's fair enough. We're gonna slide into our top 3 MVP candidates for the year. What y'all feeling? Let me say Luka.
I already know what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a long year. Y'all gonna hear this all year. I feel like Luka is the best rising. Well, I don't want to say rising because he hadn't already made his name prison, but we all know Luka next up. Once the LeBrons and the KDs and the Stephs hang it up, Luka is the next top. And then you got your Jaws right there, your Trays and all of that. But Luka will be the premier because we living in a league now where it's all about scoring. We ain't in a defensive NBA no more. We don't care about that. All we care about is scoring.
So get off your Luka yacht and answer the question.
Yeah, top 3.
Luka. I got Luka, I got Ja, and I got Embiid. I say that. This me personally, the top 3 early MVP candidates. I say that because Luka, we all know how I feel about Luka. I feel like he gonna prove himself. He gonna come in this year. He getting better and better. Ja is an animal.
True.
Like what he did last year is crazy.
True.
And it's only one point guard on the West, I think, that's just better than him flat out. Other than that, he up there with everybody.
True.
Like Ja gonna be that. And then Embiid, because I feel like he keep getting snubbed by the Joker. So he gonna come out and do it again. So snubbed by that. Embiid gonna come out with a vengeance. Plus, I feel like he got something to prove. So
what you got, Quill?
I'm gonna go Ja, Luka, and I so bad want to say Giannis gonna have this year. Only because I know a lot of the MVP go with record-wise. So I imagine Ja. I think that winning the most improved player might hurt Ja because they put so much emphasis on what his stats were last year. And moving from his stats last year to this year MVP, they're not going to be a lot different. You know what I mean? Because he was already in that MVP shape last year, 27 points, 6 rebounds, 4 or 5 assists. He probably going to still be 27 points. You know what I'm saying? Or if he go up a point or two. So I think last year winning that most improved player and him highlighting the fact that his fat, that's going to hurt him. But I still think he'll win. He might have second, third seed at 27 points. You know what I'm talking about? Luka, that's the only reason I picked Luka. He might have that second or third seed at like 29.7 and 8 or something crazy like that.
29-9-9. He's a triple
29-8, 29-7-7.
He's a triple double. He's a walk-in triple double. But go ahead.
And then of course Giannis, I feel like with Middleton back and him getting put out of that second round, or what was the third round of the conference final, I think Giannis with their whole team back, he's going to be playing amazing basketball. They got something to prove, and Middleton back, him back, squad back, they probably going to be at the top of the East, top 3 seeds, and he going to have it.
I mean, he's one of the most consistent players, though, Giannis.
Yeah.
Over the last 4 years, he been
that's why. But then he might have that
consistent.
LeBron thing where, LeBron won those first 2 or 3 MVPs and was like, you're going to keep giving this nigga the MVP. Like, give the MVP to somebody else, even though LeBron numbers said MVP.
So I'm going to go Giannis because, like, nobody can stop that man. Mr. Power Ranking, Giannis, number 1. I'm going to go.
Baby.
Number 2. Number 3, I think it's gonna be a close number 3, but I'm gonna have to give it to the reigning MVP, the Joker, because now he's gonna have his team back. Yeah, I was thinking about that
So
too.
don't you think his numbers gonna go down just a little bit? Maybe his assists go up.
No.
What makes you think Steph? What gives you Steph? Because he's not chasing history no more. So why you put him in the MVP mix?
You gotta think, Steph. You gotta think, Steph's name was in it 2 years ago, but the record wasn't there. They missed the play-in tournament. Steph's name was in it last year while he was on that ridiculous run trying to break records, which really threw him off course. So now we don't have to worry about that this year.
Yeah, that might help.
I talked to Steph the other day. Bad.
All right, so let me throw this in there then. If them MVP cannon, who you got for a scoring title coming into the season?
I don't give a damn about that.
I got Embiid. I got Embiid again because I know James Harden been trying to play pass first basketball. Embiid's going to get a lot of easy baskets. And even though he got all the moves in the world to make the best basket, I think that Harden's going to try to make it a point to, get Embiid the MVP or try to give him a scoring title.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say Luka gonna win that. He on his black mama this year.
Look,
how do you think he gonna win that? But he gonna get 9 and 9. That's why when I said 29, I took it down to 7.
Out of the 24-second shot clock, he got the ball 20 seconds.
But hold on. So we talked about good trades, right?
Right.
We ain't talk about bad trades. Or
fucking Mavericks.
Don't do that.
Exactly.
Don't
you
do
don't
that.
want that.
Next topic.
Y'all
next topic.
Jalen Brunson.
Next topic. All right. Next topic. I'm gonna slide in there. Which team you going to kick it into next gear this year? What you got? What team is on the upcoming? I'm gonna start us off, brothers. I feel like the Lakers got something to prove more than anybody else. They want to prove
the Lakers ain't kicking it into next gear until they get rid of that damn hoopty.
Hey, I feel like they got the most to prove. I feel like they're gonna come in with Anthony Davis.
The most guards. I know that much.
Yeah.
He got the most guards in the league right now.
I feel like LeBron
they just picked up everybody.
they not ready to get. Yeah, they did. They did. But I feel like he ain't ready to hang it up yet. I feel like he got something to prove. I feel like they gonna come in kicking into the next year, starting off on top, trying not to climb the way, because the last 2 years they've been trying to climb their way into an 8th or 7th seed. I think now they gonna try to coast.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna put a lot of emphasis on Anthony. They're gonna really highlight Anthony Davis early in the year.
And then what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen when the normal happens?
He's not gonna get happy.
What's gonna happen when the wheels fall off? Hopefully, LeBron is healthy this time.
As soon as the wheels fall off, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna get more than Rocky. They're done. Let's be honest.
Hey, but hopefully, I don't know what the Lakers gonna do, bro, because seemingly, if AD healthy, LeBron healthy, Westbrook healthy, you think you have a good team. You got Pat Beverly can shoot the ball now. You got a lot of the young players they're a year older now. Like, you still got what looks to be a good nucleus of players to have a good team, and then they just go take losses.
Well, like last year, they had what looked like. I remember at the beginning of the season, they was like, "We laughing now. Y'all got jokes now." You know what I'm saying? But wait till the season started. And when the season started, we were still laughing.
Still laughing, man.
Like, y'all still got all these future Hall of Famers. First round, like, ballot Hall of Famers.
First rounders.
So
they got niggas on the top. They got 3 niggas on the top 75 all time list.
So I'm gonna answer your question. Who gonna kick it into next gear? I'm gonna say the Warriors. I think the Warriors gonna kick it into next gear because now we starting the season healthy. we don't have to go through who gonna have what. We don't have to go through when he coming back. When he come back, what is it gonna look like? We don't have to go through what's your job gonna be? What rotation are we kicking in? We don't really have to go through that. We got our main pieces already set. And then did y'all see? Not preseason. It's game 1. But them Wizards, they played their people. James Wiseman, though. What he let me see. I'm looking at James Wiseman's stats right here. What he had? He was 8 and 11. He ain't even shoot a 3. Scored 20 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. So
I'm looking at it too.
Hold on. And he only played 24 minutes, but let me go over here and let me see something. Let me see how they people played. You got Rua, what he play? 25. Kuzma played 20. Porzingis played 21. Monte Morris played 18. Bradley Beal played 18. So when I'm looking at that and I see Wiseman coming in, now of course I ain't watched the game. They over in Tokyo doing it big, but I think that piece right there creates a problem that every team love to have. Now you really got to see who finna start at our center, because Looney deserve it. Wiseman, if he keep developing, he helping us kick it into next gear.
And what I'm looking at, the young players who we wanted to do good, Patrick Baldwin Jr., 7 points. Kuminga, 6 points. Like he said, Wiseman gave you 20 and 9. DiVincenzo, 9.7 rebounds. These players that we never really put emphasis on and players that wasn't here during our championship run. So now we got all of our champions and championship run players right back. You know the starters. You know the guys. We don't have to say the guys. You know the guys. And then Moody, Kuminga, Wiseman.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
Witherspoon.
Can you say that bad man's name? The number
Wiggins.
1 pick. What was that?
Talking about Wiggins.
Yeah, the man that posterized Luka. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
And I think that everybody's healthy now. You gotta think we won a championship and we were still getting players back. Wiseman wasn't here.
Steph just came back. Wiseman didn't play.
Wiseman never played.
We had to play through suspensions with Draymond. Clay was still finicky.
Clay was coming back.
Especially if Clay cut his hair, y'all done.
And you think Poole had a role that developed during injury that he had to learn to go back into a different role when everybody came back. That's all set in place now. All that shit we was figuring out during the playoffs. Wiggins trying to learn how to play with Clay and find his space. We won a championship with it. So now you bring all of that back, get all of them healthy. I feel like, bro, like he said, that second, it's another gear. Like it's another gear.
But the other thing we cannot go without mentioning, they also know how to play without Clay, without Steph, without Dre.
Mm-hmm. Like we have a team we can put on the floor now while Steph is sitting. We have a team that Clay can sit and be comfortable with Poole out there. Wiggins. We have a team that we can still put out there and produce against great NBA teams. And then we could put Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins back in the game. So that's different. But my young team that I want to see go is the Hornets. Now, them dealing with what they're dealing with their player.
I don't
let him go.
I think that's going to be tough. But I watched them in that play-in game, and I watched LaMelo have the opportunity. If he was a different style player, not saying his style is, but a lot of his hurry up offense and quick offense and hurry up moving and trying to score kind of put him out of the game. Because he was just doing shit. And he's trying, but that's how he plays. But it's like having a real point guard that can go give you and give your team a bucket and put y'all in a position to get a bucket. If he watched any film and developed a little better, Melo might actually be able to win most improved player this year.
So
they're gonna be decent.
I'm gonna jump in on that because they will not kick into next year because they've took the moniker of bad boys and like they really live in that. It's not even figuratively, it's literal.
Yeah, I get
Domestic
it. I get
violence,
it. He not
them
I get it.
pounds, the lean. Like, bro, come on. That's
I
what's
get
gonna
it.
stop them.
But I also, even with him
Themselves.
even with him being as good as a player he is and possibly not being in the NBA this upcoming season, they didn't have Hayward. They didn't have certain pieces that I feel Melo as a player. Like, I feel like this young nigga could go crazy. Like, he should be able, he got all the talent to go crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
30-point triple doubles. But when you look at the game, it's like he's just out there doing shit. It ain't like he got a move to go to. He ain't got a Kyrie or none of these older player bag. Like, we know what Steph gonna do when he catch the ball right side on the 3-point line when a pick comes.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. Nobody knows what Melo gonna do. He's still young and like a wild lion out here. He a wild, untamed. He's just out there creating. You know what I'm saying? It's flashy and it's nice, and you get to see his creativity the same way you get to see Ja. He untamed, but you can tell Ja, even as untamed as Ja is, it's a different level.
Pretty tame.
It's a different level. So. Like, but you need that type of creativity in order to go dunk on niggas like that. You can't put them two on
the same one. You can't put.
Yeah, I would say Ja is a tamed beast.
Yeah, like
because if he come down that paint, you know he finna yam on you
like that. I feel like he has that talent, not that athleticism, but he has the talent to put his team in that position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got some niggas around him that been in the NBA. He ain't got a lot of young niggas around him. He got Rozier and Hayward and a couple of Plumlee niggas that's been around. Y'all a veteran team.
Is Hayward really there though?
Bruh. His nigga Hayward, they got the worst end of his career. Like to get traded from Utah, go to Boston, then Jason Tatum, Kyrie, you're not even a fucking factor on this ticket.
Yeah.
Then you go here and they draft Melo, Bridges start. It's like everywhere you go, they like, oh, we need you, but give the ball to him.
But the other thing that helped is the unfortunate injuries. That's the other thing.
That too.
Yeah.
That too, because when he do get back, he hasn't looked. Well, I don't know, because was he really that nigga before the injuries?
I mean, his hair always looked good even after the game.
That's what I'm saying. In Utah, was he 29 points? Hayward's changing life. Why they trade him?
Give him some time. He might prove himself this year.
Okay.
He might roll back. Might be like a Clay.
Nah, don't do that.
That's an insult.
He might. That's a compliment to Clay. That's a compliment to Clay. He might come back.
That's a compliment to Hayward.
Yeah, that's compliment to Hayward.
No, I said he coming back. He might do what Clay did when Clay came back. He fit right in and he did what he was supposed to do. Make shots he was supposed to make. He might come and do that.
Oh, well, Clay didn't do that when he came back either. So Clay was out there missing. That's my boy. I need him to cut the hair, take the headband off, and get back to what he been.
Bro, the way if he do though, if Clay come out at any remnants of old Clay, bro, we're gonna run it. We're gonna run it. We're gonna run the table, bro. It's gonna be different. We're gonna run some shit.
We gonna touch real quick. We talked about a little bit about a team, but a player that you think they got the most to prove coming in to this season. Deuce, person.
A player who has something to prove.
The most to prove.
Let me defer to Quill real quick. I really need to get some deep analysis. Let me defer.
Yeah, me thinking like
a D Lillard.
I'm about to say like,
I
want to say D Lil, but D Lil kind of set. You know what I'm saying? He could have came back, but he kind of just sat.
Zion
and chilled. I think Zion has a lot to prove. because before he got injured, Zion was 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Ben Simmons.
Ooh.
Now, yeah, but I don't think Ben Simmons getting back to his all NBA status is going to be difficult for him. Like, we gotta realize he was all NBA at 14 points, 9 rebounds, 6 or 7 assists.
About 20-something months ago.
Yeah.
But he's gonna still be.
How do you know?
He's gonna still be 7. He was averaging
know?
17 as a rookie. He's never not scored the ball. He just never shot.
But it's his mental now. The mental is
He's never not scored the ball. That's the thing.
But I'm saying he ain't been the same mentally. We don't know how he gonna come back.
He fine. He did.
How you know?
Listen, as much as Shaq talks shit, Shaq left the Lakers when Kobe threw him under the bus too. When his marriage ended, as much as niggas talk, Harden didn't want to be when he was
but
uncomfortable.
Shaq could still play ball.
Like, they all talk about
Shaq didn't sit out a year.
Shaq was fat and out of shape. He had to. It
But
took
he
him
still
2 years until
he
Wade.
still played though.
Shaq was fat and out of shape.
But he still
But
played.
the mental thing is, all that year, Shaq didn't have to sit on the Lakers with Kobe. After Shaq said what he said, he left that summer. He didn't have to go back to practice the next year with Kobe after he threw him under the bus. And imagine if Phil Jackson would have came out and said, "Yeah, Shaq, the reason we lost to the Pistons when we had Karl Malone, Gary, we just lost to the Pistons because Shaq terrible. That he the reason we lost. And then Kobe threw you under the bus too. Shaq didn't want to be there just for Kobe. So I imagine a lot of players get into this where they don't want to be in certain places.
But a lot of them
Shaq
still
never had to go
played.
back. Yeah,
A lot
he
of them
played
still
for the
play.
Heat.
A lot of them still perform.
He played for the Heat.
But he still
Shaq
played
never had
ball.
to go back and sit. Yeah, but Shaq never had to go back after the fact and go sit in a Laker uniform.
So I think I'm gonna go with Ja Morant.
We watched Kawhi not play for the Spurs when they threw him under the bus the whole season. Got the hell out of there and was cool.
And then played
On Toronto. I believe Ben gonna play on the Nets. I believe he gonna play on the Nets.
I'm gonna go with Ja Morant, and I think it's because of how he closed off the season when it kind of seemed like he made an excuse as to why didn't they go on.
You don't like what
No.
Yeah.
Ja tough. I just told you he's a tame beast. You know what I'm saying? Because even with him being tame, he still has no restrictions to his game. Like he's showing you he can shoot. He may not like be torching, but you will see him hit like down to 3 to 5 threes consecutively. So he's showing you he can, and he can finish on the inside. He can facilitate, and he got it. He's coming at the best. So I think the way he closed out that season, making that bold allegation, I think now it's like, okay, now you healthy. Now you coming at us. Now you was talking shit's naive to them big boys. And now you got your Christmas wish. Now we finna spank that ass. We finna spank
I think
that
game. I think that game is going to be a game. I think Steph's going to have 50.
Oh yeah.
I think Steph going to have 50.
Hopefully Dylan Brooks don't come with that shenanigans, bro. Like I'm all down for hard play, but even hard fouls, bro. But come on, like that shenanigans he pulled, bro. That was nonsense. So just come, and I respect Dylan Brooks because I remember when Iggy ain't want to play, and Iggy, my boy, since he was the other AI to AI on Philly. And Iggy ain't want to play, and other players ain't want to play. He pretty much like, fuck you. We don't want you if you don't want to be here. Yeah. And Dylan Brooks was really with all that. So I respect Dylan Brooks. So I hate that he made that play because I already know what's up, bro. He made that play. He knew what he was doing. But you know, he was doing what he felt like he needed to do for the team. And I just hope that Christmas game, there's none of that shenanigans. They're like pure basketball, hard basketball, just blood, sweat, and tears, the legal way.
Yeah. They're gonna get y'all on that one. They got y'all number.
Are you even playing on a Christmas game?
They got your number.
Are you playing?
I don't know.
Yeah, you need to check that because you probably didn't make the list.
Still got the best player in the league. Final topic.
That's not what the power rating say. That's not what the power rating say.
This you knew exactly what I was talking about, though. You knew exactly what I was talking about.
You've been on his coattail all day.
But last topic we're gonna hit real quick is the Celtics. Everybody been talking about coach getting fired. What do you think that's gonna do?
Not fired, suspended.
Suspended. Correction.
Yeah, he probably gone.
What
They're
do
gonna
you
have to get him
think?
up out of here.
What you think that's gonna do to the organization?
They were contemplating firing him though. I guess
Yeah.
speculation.
You see them going back. You see them going back to the Eastern Conference Finals at least.
Well, I see they road to the Eastern Conference Finals being tough anyway because Middleton back. We don't know what the Nets gonna look like just for that, just basketball reasons. But,
Yeah, you got Middleton, you got the Nets. I mean, because with Ben Simmons there, it's crazy.
Then, but them losing there, they kind of. If you look at how the Celtics been kind of built over the last 5 years, they always had a coach that kind of was, oh, this coach is the reason they're playing like this. Back to Brian Stevens. He got young boys. He's an old college coach. He knows how to play with these young boys. And then you watch the Ime Udoka come in, and it's like, oh, this coach has them playing this way. Well, it's like, do you feel like they can just go play that way? Because I feel like they should be able to just go play that way. But style is going to dictate how you play. You get a different coach, you can have a different style of play. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if you ask me who number one in the East, I'm giving it to the Celtics, and then this happened. Then with this happening, I see Giannis and them coming back. You know, Drew got robbed of Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, it isn't like he lost to somebody that wasn't deserving. But the question is, if Drew's there, is Drew able to kind of contain Steph? I think that's a good question because I don't know. Because Mark Smart, Defensive Player of the Year, we've seen what happened. So, but I think he may suspended
that man.
as long as as long as Ime is out, I think that drastically affects them. So we got to see how that young core responds to the adversity.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So I think them number one, maybe not, but we're going to see how they respond to the adversity. And I just looked it up. Y'all do have a game. I think y'all got a rather easy game. Y'all play the Lakers on Christmas. So maybe y'all be one of the earlier games.
The disrespect to LeBron, the disrespect to Luka, it's going to be a long year, my brother.
No. Luka's that guy. LeBron's that guy. But I'm saying the Lakers have not been that team.
Yeah, they've not been the team.
So,
They not, but every year is a fresh year. And in LeBron, we trust. In LeBron, we trust.
Where's your LeBron jersey? Hey, we still got to go to a Mavs game. You got to don one of these, brother, because you lost last year. My boys smacked that ass about the damn playoffs.
We made it to where no one thought we could. But
y'all did beat the Suns. I take my hat off to you. You did beat the Suns.
You said we wasn't beating them boys.
I did. I think
cool.
I think the Suns beat them.
Question, just a side question.
Hey, you can't beat yourself when you're playing against another team.
What do y'all feel about the coach of the Suns not talking to DeAndre Ayton since he benched him in Game 7? They haven't spoke still.
I think we'll see.
You talk ready? Hope you patch shit up with God, cause we gon' bless you. Let it burn, you gon' get it bad. These just my confessions. Stay in traffic, can't get picked off like no shit and duck. Keep one in the tuck. Wife be mad, but bet she still gon'